Welcome back to the channel, guys, and thank you for joining me on another episode. Today I'm going to take you on a bit of a walkthrough of the two enclosures which house our green tree pythons. Now, the green tree pythons, native, they come from the very top of Queensland, the Cape York area in the rainforest. They love it humid, it's very humid up there. Also come from New Guinea and the Solomon Islands. And a fun fact about the green tree pythons, generally speaking, they start off yellow when they come out of the eggs, and over time they develop into this very bright, vivid green. That would be the norm across the board. The two that we have here are nice bright greens, although the female is in shed at the moment, so she's not as bright, but no doubt one of the most visually stunning snakes that you can keep in the collection. Every time we put up photos as well of the green trees, they always get the most amount of likes and the most feedback. Just a beautiful snake. So I'm going to dive in, show you how we keep these guys, and hopefully give you a couple of tips if you're wanting to keep one down the line, or if you've already got one and you're wanting to upgrade some enclosures. So let's dive in. Righto, so first of all, enclosure size for these guys. So this is a 90 wide, 60 deep, 60 high, which I think would be the bare minimum for housing one adult green tree python. But it works very well because this is a PVC enclosure, so very good for keeping the humidity quite high in these. We did have a sprinkler system, which I've taken out. It was kind of up in that top corner there. But I found it just kept stuffing up, kept breaking, things like that. So I got rid of it. And now once every few days, I go in there with a bottle of water, give it a spray down. And because it holds the humidity so well, I find that I can just do that once every few days, let it dry out a little bit, and then give it another spritz. So that works really well for the humidity side of things. Now when it comes to the substrate, I've done a mix in here. It's got a little bit of sand in there. It's got the cocoa peat, and it's also got the sphagnum moss. Now what I've found over time keeping these guys is that is a really good substrate. It avoids any mold and mildew buildup from the high humidity, and it also locks in a lot of that humidity, the moisture. Once it gets sprayed down, it holds it very well, so you're not having to spray it as often. That again with the PVC just works perfectly. Enclosure wise, I did, or I opted for the vinyl wrap around the background. Did that myself. It was a little bit painful, but it works really well, and it's also waterproof, so it doesn't matter how much I spray it down, it doesn't peel off or it doesn't have any issues like that, which is great. Heating wise, I've gone for the heat panels. So these came from Mitch up at Snake Sanctum. Top bloke, has these online. If you go onto his website, you'll be able to grab one of those. I like them because they don't take up a lot of space, and it's just flat and flush with the rooftop, which is really good, really convenient. Got the UVB light underneath here at the front, and then the rest is pretty self-explanatory. So you've got these fake plants everywhere. Everything in here is fake. You can do the bioactive for these guys, which is really cool. I'm just not great at it, so I don't do it. I stick with these fake plants everywhere. And these, I think, Reptile 1, I think this is their new vines that they've brought out. You know what I mean. They brought out not too long ago, and I've opted to go for them. More natural approach. I did have the PVC pipes in here, like you'll see a lot of green tree python keepers have, but I don't know, nothing against it. I just wasn't a fan of it. Didn't look that great aesthetically, didn't look natural, and I don't know how it goes for them long term. Anyway, these are obviously a lot more natural. This is Mum up in the back corner. As I said, she's in shed at the moment. Very typical though, the position that she's in for a green tree python, and she just loves sitting either under the heat right there, or she'll opt to go down in that corner over there. But overall, that is her setup. So we'll dive in and have a look at the males one. Very much the exact same. Plants are a little bit different. That's about it. But we'll dive in and have a look at his enclosure. Righto, so this is the male's enclosure. Very much the same, like I was saying. Same size, got the 90 across, 60 down, 60 high. He's a little bit on edge at the moment because he's just seen me open the door. Generally, when I open that door, that means that food is coming in. I don't get these guys out and handle them very much. I just like them as a display snake. I think they're absolute rippers. And how can you not? How beautiful. This is the male, as I was saying. Beautiful, beautiful colors. He's got some yellow spotting down his spine and then up around the lips. It's like a pale light blue to white. But yeah, pretty much the same enclosure, guys. We've got the heat panel, again, nice, flat and flush on the roof. He will sit up on those branches underneath there if he wants to. Otherwise, he'll go down the other end. Different configuration, a little bit with the branches in here, but the same Reptile 1 branches. Same substrate, got your fake plants, got some of this cork bark, I think that's what it's called, in there. And again, holds the humidity really well. The heat stays perfect in here. And then once every couple of days, we go in there and give it a bit of a spritz, a bit of a spray down. One thing I didn't mention though as well, they've got their water bowls. I've mounted them over there, up on the wall, so they stay off the ground. I don't know how true it is, but I hear that if you mount them nice and high, you got more chance of them drinking. But again, the way that they sit on these branches, when we give them a spritz down, the water stays in their coils and they drink from that as well, which is another cool fun fact. But absolutely stunning snakes. And if you're in New South Wales, not sure about the other states, but these are on an R2 license, so you can't get these on a basic license. I believe you have to hold your basic for maybe 2 years and then you can get an upgrade, but 100% worth it. They're beautiful display snakes. And some people will handle them quite often. Like I said, I don't really handle them that often. I just sit back and appreciate looking at them visually. So that is it for today, guys. Nice, short, sweet episode about the green tree pythons and how we keep them here at the house. There's no right or wrong way. I think as long as you do the research and you give them what they need, then you're good to go, basically. The humidity, the heat, the setup, the climbing, things like that. So definitely one to think about keeping in the collection. Beautiful, beautiful snake. As a display, you can definitely get them out and you can definitely handle them and hold them. I just personally don't. I love to let them do their own thing, leave them in the enclosure and just appreciate them. Very inactive during the day, so what you just saw is basically as good as it gets during the day. They'll just sit there, do nothing, and then at night, that's when they really get active, especially sort of hanging off the perches. They'll go down closer to the ground, and that's where they do their hunting. So very cool to see at night time. So keep that in consideration. But yeah, don't overcomplicate it. If you're thinking about getting a green tree python and you've got the right license, absolutely 100% go for it. You won't regret it. So thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.